Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, Soggy City, why Edmonton is asking people to limit their water use after days of heavy rain. Nowhere to flow, Towfield declares a state of emergency because of a backed up water system. And from leaky roofs to flooded basements, what to do if your home was ruined by the rain.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Good evening. We'll bring you the very latest on EPCOR asking Edmontonians to limit their water use in just a moment. We'll also explore some advisories in areas surrounding the Edmonton region, and a local state of emergency has been declared in Towfield. First, though, let's head over to the CTV Weather Center, where Josh has been tracking all of these rainfall totals for us today. And Josh, we're potentially looking at a record-setting month.
Yeah, I mean, we started the month, you remember, with the Super Soaker, and then now this is Super Soaker Part 2, and there may actually be some more heavy rain coming this coming weekend, but we'll deal with that in a second. Look, a lot of the Edmonton area and surrounding regions, these are unofficial numbers, backyard rain gauges and weather stations, but a lot of this area had 100 to 160 millimeters of rain. That's 10 to 16 centimeters of rain over the course of 2.5 days. Officially, downtown, just over 100. Airport south of the city, almost 80 millimeters of rain, and that brings us really close to a record for Blatchford. These records go back to the late 1800s. It's already the wettest June in a century in Edmonton. You got to go back to 1914 to find the last time it was wetter than it has been so far this year. We're almost at 200 millimeters of rain. I think there's a very good chance we eclipse 1914. Records don't go back as far at the airport, and so this already is the wettest June on record just south of the city. Beats out 1965 with 165 millimeters of rain. 70 and 75 are the averages for downtown and outside the city for rainfall. So we're downtown almost 3 times as much rain as an average June, and there's more. As we said, this weekend potentially, but also some showers and thunderstorms just north of Edmonton that you can see are tracking in. The big upper level low is way off to the southeast. And so this is just some remnant precipitation on the back edge of it. But over the course of the next hour or two, we do have a chance of seeing some more scattered showers and thunderstorms potentially rolling through the area. Once we get to about 10 o'clock tonight, skies will start to clear. We'll see some fog patches, about 8 degrees tomorrow morning. And then sunshine and the low 20s tomorrow afternoon. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Nice little break from the rain.
All right, Josh, thank you. Well, the clouds have cleared after days of heavy rain. The problems they caused have not. Sports fields and some low-lying trails are closed, and many people are drying out their basements. EPCOR is asking people to limit their water use, although it appears the stormwater system is handling the rainfall so far. CTV's Jeremy Thompson joins us from the North Saskatchewan River this evening by the new Northeast Pedestrian Bridge. So, Jeremy, how are the river levels looking tonight?
Yeah, well, Matt, there's sun out. It's been forever, it feels like, since we've seen the sunshine in this city. As you can see, all that rain Josh was talking about has really increased the river levels here a little bit. You can see all that debris kind of floating down the North Sask under this new pedestrian bridge. You're right, EPCOR, along with advising Edmontonians to sort of limit water usage, limit your showers and running the dishwasher and washing machine and that kind of thing. It has also said that all the boat launches along the North Saskatchewan River are closed for the time being until further notice. That is, of course, because this river is about 5.7 meters high right now, which is the highest it's been at least in the last year. We did, however, talk to EPCOR about how the sewer system, the stormwater system is handling all of this volume, and they say it's handling it quite well. The city is actually in the middle of a 20-year, $1.6 billion investment into a spend on improving stormwater infrastructure in the city. That means dry ponds, stormwater facilities, that sort of thing. And EPCOR says right now those facilities are handling all of this rainfall for the moment. And as I say, just as we are expecting more rain in the forecast soon here, they are advising us to pay attention to that advisory to limit water use. They're going to reassess that later this evening, Matt. And so watch for any update about taking your next shower.
All right, we'll be keeping an eye on it. Jeremy Thompson live outside of the North Saskatchewan tonight. Thank you. Flood alerts are in place for several communities outside of Edmonton. There are advisories for Wabamun, Beaver County, Stony Plain, and Lac St. Anne County. All these communities say sewer backups are impacting homes and businesses. People in Beaumont and the surrounding area are asked to cease non-essential water use to reduce the impact on its wastewater system. A water supply alert was lifted in St. Albert this afternoon. That city says it knows of 10 single-family homes, one multi-unit site, and one commercial location that have flooded.
I don't think we've ever had a situation where we've put water restrictions in place to help out the sanitary sewer system because of a stormwater issue. So this is a fairly unique one.
The city of St. Albert is asking people to steer clear of the Sturgeon River as it will take a couple of weeks before water levels recede. Tofield is dealing with flooding it's never seen before. A state of local emergency is in effect for the town because the wastewater system is being taxed by the influx of water. CTV's Nicole Lampa reports.
It's not the typical morning drive for this motel manager, who is now dealing with extensive water damage.
The basement in the office is already flooded, and the boiler room is like half a meter water, and I don't know, the rooms is still okay, but soon it's going to be flooded.
Everyone at the Beaver Hill Motel told late Sunday night to get out.
Last night came the police and town of Tofield to evacuate everybody.
The motel's manager says 14 to 15 rooms were told to leave last night. This morning at a business across the street from here, they're dealing with water at their front door with the potential of a sewer backup. Wading through his parking lot turned mini lake to speak with us, the owner of Tofield Packers describes what he's going through.
It's a little tense. There's no water inside the building yet.
There are concerns that will soon change.
We just tried flushing one of the toilets and it was gurgling, so I know I'm getting close to it coming in the building, and hopefully it doesn't.
Tofield's mayor says the heavy rain is causing a backed up water system.
Our wastewater systems were being taxed. We do have it under control and everything is still moving, but we're still in that state of concern with the amount of water that's around us.
3 years ago, Tofield dealt with flash flooding after a heavy downpour in just a few hours. Back then, town officials said the town was built on swampland and doesn't have underground pipes for stormwater, making drainage a frequent problem. Back at the motel, the manager says he's never seen it this bad before and has one guest who is refusing to leave.
One guy inside, he doesn't go, and I have to stay too.
Nicole Lampa, CTV News, Tofield.
With a late break in the rain, many people who experience flooding are starting to clean up and assess the damage. The Insurance Bureau of Canada says your first call in that situation should be to your insurance company before attempting to deal with anything yourself. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
The rain finally let up Monday afternoon, but not before leaving a trail of destruction.
People were here yesterday and doing everything they could to minimize the effect of water dripping through the ceiling.
When people arrived at Community of Christ Sunday morning, instead of taking part in Sunday service, the congregation banded together to salvage what they could.
Really serious water coming in through the roof and then through the ceiling.
They discovered a drain was clogged, meaning the heavy, steady rain over the past few days pooled on top of the roof.
Cleared the drain, and the water that had been standing on the roof then just sucked down into the hole, went wherever it goes from there. And within a few minutes, then the dripping began to subside.
Really, the first step is to check your insurance policy. Overland flood and sewer backup coverage is optional, so not everybody has it.
Rob Dupree with the Insurance Bureau of Canada says about 80% of Albertans have opted for protection.
It's not something you want to try to tackle yourself, only because if you're not doing it properly and not drying things out correctly, you can have long-term issues like mold and mildew growth.
He says on average, basement repairs could be in the tens of thousands of dollars. After the last significant prolonged rainfall a few weeks ago, thousands of insurance claims were made. He expects similar numbers after this rainfall.
This time of year, many of these qualified experts, they're going to be busy because many people have experienced flooding, but it's important to get on that list.
The extent of repairs the church will need is still unknown.
The carpet is still squishy. And the drywall is very badly stained from water.
While they'd love to have the sanctuary cleaned up in time for next Sunday's service, they do have a backup space just in case. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A local foundation repair company says it could take weeks to get through the backlog of calls it's received about flooding and water damage.
People are panicked. People are crying on the phone. I just need somebody to come out here and tell me what's going on.
The president of Shield Foundation Repair says they've gotten more than 300 calls since last night and about 150 people are waiting for help. He says it's the most calls the company has seen at one time since 2020. He recommends proactively checking sump pumps in newer homes and inspecting weeping tile backwater valves in homes built before the 90s. If water does get in, move carpet out of the way and try to contain the moisture as much as possible with towels and bed sheets while you wait for help. Coming up next on CTV News, the province reverses its decision to raise the price of beer at bars and restaurants.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Alberta is reversing its decision to increase the price of beer. Earlier this month, the AGLC brought in new minimum prices for beer sold in bars and restaurants. The price of a 20-ounce pint of beer would increase from $3.20 to $5. In a statement, Service Alberta Minister Dale Nally says the government has directed the AGLC to reverse the decision to provide businesses and Albertans with greater certainty and consistency. We're entering one of the international airport's busiest times of the year, the summer travel season. The airport has added a few new destinations this summer, including Iceland, Montreal, and Terrace, BC. Domestic traffic was up through the first part of this year. The airport says travelers will benefit from upgraded CT X-rays at security. That means electronics and liquids under 100 milliliters can stay inside carry-ons during screening. The airport says the new technology is expected to lower wait times.
All of that process going through those screening devices, we want to make that easy for you. And so if you're well prepared, if you go to CATS's website, you have that understanding, you're packed and you're ready to go, that'll mean a much more stress-free, less anxiety for you as you're heading through screening.
The airport says the busiest travel days are usually around long weekends. More than 22,000 passengers are expected on those days. Parks Canada is working to slow down the progression of a fatal disease in bats. White nose syndrome is a fungal infection that can kill an entire population of bats. In the past few years, it's been detected in Alberta, including a cave in Jasper National Park. Parks Canada crews are now spreading a fungi-fighting probiotic at cave entrances where bats hibernate. While there's no known cure for the fungus, the probiotic has been shown to slow its growth and spread. Nursing students at the University of Alberta are using virtual reality to immerse themselves in real-life scenarios.
I'm going to start compressions right now.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
These students are in a situation where a patient has stopped breathing. Through these VR headsets, they're working together to resuscitate him. This is a pilot project for the university's nursing program. It gives students a chance to train in an actual hospital.
Gives you such a safe and low stakes environment to practice your nursing skills, your communication skills there, and then just practice with your also critical thinking. It provides such a safe environment, and then if you ever make a mistake, there's no risk of patient harm.
More than 900 students have practiced using the VR tool. The university has 2 labs and is looking to add a 3rd for the fall. It says the pilot project will be extended. Still to come tonight on CTV News, back in the blue and orange, the Oilers re-sign a pair of players they traded for last season.
Programming brought to you by Alberta iGaming Corporation. For integrity, for fun, for Alberta.
Oilers defenseman Connor Murphy is staying in Edmonton. The 33-year-old signed a 5-year contract worth $4.1 million a season. The Oilers originally acquired Murphy in a trade with the Chicago Blackhawks last season. He scored 4 points in his first 20 regular season games with the Oilers and then picked up another 3 in 6 playoff games. The Oilers also re-signed center Jason Dickinson yesterday. He was acquired in a separate trade with Chicago last season. He had 4 points in 17 regular season games and 3 points during the playoffs. A much smaller World Cup was held in Edmonton today at Holy Child Catholic Elementary School. Each year, the school hosts its own soccer tournament called Mundialito. That's Spanish for Mini World Cup. The name is a nod to the school's bilingual program, and much like the real World Cup, each class represents a different country.
It's about diversity and multiculturalism, and we hope for the kids to just take that love for the world.
I'm feeling very excited that me and my friends can work together and have a fun time and play against other teams and other grades in this tournament.
This is the 20th year for the school's Mini World Cup, and they just moved it inside so it wouldn't be rained out. Couldn't imagine trying to kick a soccer ball around on a soggy field out there today, Josh. Boy, oh boy. I'm glad to see the sun finally poking out.
Yeah, I mean, there are showers and thunderstorms just off to the north of the city. We'll see way more sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, though. Get a nice little dry spell here. And there's a look through the River Valley Skycam. 17 degrees. Back to mostly cloudy skies and just north of the city. We'll show you on radar in a moment. The little shower cells. 9 degrees this morning, 18 for a daytime high today. So when the sun poked out, it did warm up fairly nicely. Still cooler than average, 22. Should be back to about 22 or 23 for a high tomorrow. It's 23 right now in Fort McMurray, 22s in through the Peace Country. Look at high level. 28 degrees in high level. 17 and 12 in Edmonton and Red Deer, 16s and 17s in southern Alberta. There's your showers across the northeast. Some of these pockets here, you get the oranges and the reds. It's coming down fairly heavily, including just off to the north of Edmonton. I think that one there probably sneaks past the east end of Edmonton. That's not what folks east of the city, where you have some flooding, would like to see. These cells here probably hit the Edmonton area over the course of the next hour or two. Get to about 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and this should all be out of here. There's your big, see that twist? Big, deep, upper level low pressure system, surface low as well. So that stacked system has taken a while to get out of here, and it's still going to spin about through southern portions of Saskatchewan tomorrow. We'll see some breaks in the cloud, though, and it should finally release us from its grip. So mainly sunny skies tomorrow. See a few clouds pop up late in the afternoon. East central Alberta across the northeast, you might see some scattered showers or thunderstorms late in the day, especially tomorrow night into early Wednesday in Fort McMurray. Here in Edmonton, stays dry. Some of these showers potentially Wednesday night roll through the area. I've left it out of the forecast. It's a pretty slight chance. I think it's Friday night and then Saturday, Sunday that we get back into some rain. 8 to 10 degree morning lows tomorrow across central and northern Alberta. A little cooler there in Red Deer at 5 degrees to start the day. 25 Fort McMurray late tomorrow night. You might see a shower push through the area. 27 and some sunshine in Grand Prairie. 20 or 21 for Red Deer, Lloydminster, Coronation, and in Jasper, you'll get into the mid-20s for a daytime high tomorrow. 22, maybe even 23. We'll see how things play out tomorrow. More sun than cloud. We may start the day with some fog patches, though. In fact, across much of central and north central Alberta, fog patches will likely pop up overnight and early tomorrow morning. Mid-20s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then back to mid-teens for Saturday, Sunday, and back to a really good chance of rain. Now, there is some uncertainty with this. It was looking for several days now that this coming weekend might be a repeat of what we had this past weekend. Some of the latest model runs kind of backing off on that a little bit. So let's see how the next few days play out. Enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the warmer temperatures, and stay tuned this coming weekend. I think at least some showers. Fingers crossed it's not another super soaker.
All right, Josh, thank you. When we return, a 12-year-old athlete jumps right over a local record that stood for 5 decades.
I kind of wasn't just thinking about anything, I just really wanted it.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Wake up with us at CTV Your Morning Edmonton for the latest local news, up-to-the-minute weather, traffic updates, and lifestyle entertainment. There's no brighter way to start your day. CTV Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays 6 to 9. Watch live on Crave.
Recapping our top story tonight, EPCOR is still asking people to reduce water use as water from the heavy rain works its way through the system. Earlier today, a dock with boats still attached broke away, floating down the North Saskatchewan River. EPCOR says high and fast flows means all boat launches along the river are closed. The city also says sports fields and ball diamonds are closed and will reopen once it dries. Flooding has closed the Peter Hemingway Pool at Coronation Rec Centre. The city says construction projects and turf maintenance may be delayed by the amount of rain. A young track athlete has leapt over a record that stood for 5 decades in Edmonton. CTV's Curtis Goodrum has her story.
Come on, come on, come on.
The jump that broke a 50-year-long record. Piper Lee, a 12-year-old athlete from Edmonton, jumping 5.13 meters at her first outdoor track meet of the year, breaking the previous long-standing result of 4.84 meters. At city finals, she broke her own recently set record, jumping a mighty 5.2 meters.
I kind of wasn't just thinking about anything, I just really wanted it.
Training side by side with her sister multiple days a week, both of them competing with each other to be the highest performing athlete in their household.
I train 5 to 7 days a week, not including competitions, and then some days are pole vault, some days are long jump, and some days are track.
The way we have it, it's all equal, so like I'll get a couple rest days, some days will be lighter, some days will be all out.
Addison helps push her sister, especially in sprints.
I love sprinting, just the short sprints because I don't have much endurance. I also love pole vault, it's really fun.
Addison isn't the only one pushing Piper to the finish line.
Push, Piper, push!
Their parents say Piper has always been competitive.
She actually started playing baseball and was frustrated at the speed of the other kids on the team and let us know that she didn't want to play anymore because everyone else was too slow.
Piper's parents believe her success comes from a drive to be the best.
So if you want to be more, then you probably have to do more.
And really it's just kind of helping set an example, hard work, being resilient, and just kind of having that integrity to strive for your best.
She hopes that drive will take her far.
Next year I want to be on Team Alberta, and then hopefully one day I'll be in the Olympics.
Before that, her goal is to make it to Junior Nationals. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.